Like many other teenage boys his age, Luke has the same difficulties that come with growing up. And although seemingly ordinary on the surface, Luke has a condition that affects many young people his age. Often undiagnosed and misunderstood, Luke is one of the millions of South Africans living with ADHD.
What ADHD basically does for me is when I have sugar or anything that provides my body with energy, I can't control myself and my behavior, and I can't sit still. I fidget a lot in class.
Basically, ADHD is a neurobehavioral disorder that makes it difficult for kids to be able to concentrate appropriately for their developmental age. When they're looking at diagnosing ADHD, they're looking at specifically 4 criteria: inattention, where a child can't focus appropriately for a long or required period of time; distractibility, if the child's able to focus or does their concentration wander very easily; and they're also looking at impulsivity. They tend to do and say things before they actually have a chance to think the situation through. And then you have hyperactivity, which may or may not be present.
A lot of people don't really understand what happens if you're ADHD. They tend to dislike what they don't understand, so if they don't understand, then they start asking questions like, why are you behaving like this, Luke? What's wrong? What's up?
Now, what happens in the brain of an ADHD child? If they compared the electrical patterns within an ADHD child to that of a child that hasn't been diagnosed with ADHD, the electrical firing of the neurons and the neurotransmitters works differently, which is why medication usually is the course of treatment, because the medication is supposed to re-establish that balance so that those messages are being sent and received like it should be.
After I was diagnosed, I went onto a medication called Ritalin, and basically what that did was it helped me with my concentration problems. It sort of suppressed my need to fidget around so much. But what it also did was I began to develop strange eating habits, like at times I would eat a lot and at other times I wouldn't eat anything at all. It also stunted my growth.
There's a misconception if my child takes this medication, he's going to turn into a drug addict, which is nonsense, because there's no scientific evidence to prove that the medication is addictive. They've actually proven the opposite, that if a child has ADHD and goes untreated, they are more likely to become abusive with regards to alcohol, with drugs, risky behavior. So not taking medication can actually cause bigger problems down the line.
I was misbehaving quite a bit, and now I've found ways to deal with it. Like, a lot of teachers and a lot of students are saying that my behavior and my attitude is a lot better, that I've really matured. I find that finding like a solution to a problem does help maintain like my mental stability a lot, you know.
There are a number of places you can go to if you suspect that you or your child has ADHD. There is a support group, Adhd. They do counselling with the parents, counselling with the children, because it's not just the child that's going to need support and intervention, but it's also going to be the parents and the family.
The advice that I would give to the other teenagers that have a similar disorder to me, just find something you enjoy doing and do that. And in terms of your social life, just be yourself.